Welcome to the Solar Line Business Babes podcast. My name is Susan Francis and I'm a mindset manifestation expert, business coach and mentor helping women quantum leap their business success and make the seemingly impossible a reality. And if you're here, you've been called here for a reason. You know within your soul that you are capable of so much more, and I'm here to help you unlock your full potential and manifest your dream life and business. It is my mission to empower female entrepreneurs to connect back to their soul, to their true calling, and to create a business from a place of alignment and purpose. So if you're struggling with hard work and force in your business, then get ready to let go of everything you think you know. It's time to forget all the stress, all the strategies, all the hustle, and instead unlock the secret to manifesting your next level of abundance. Join me as I deep dive into creating a business that flows, teach you how to trust your intuition, create a mindset of abundance, experience more joy, and to learn how to become magnetic to the money and success you desire. I have a down-to-earth, strictly no BS approach and make the woo-woo seem logical and actionable. I know that the knowledge, tools, and insights I share will change your life and the way you approach your business forever. And I'm excited to help you expand. Let's get started. Welcome back and Happy New Year. This is the first podcast episode for 2021, and I just thought what better way to get started for the year than to share some lessons from 2020, because seriously, what a year, hey? What a year. It was definitely not the year anyone was expecting. There were so many changes and challenges that we all faced in all various ways, but I just really wanted to come in here and share my biggest lessons for 2020. So there's no real order to this. It's really just sharing the things that I really learned, the things that really were the biggest takeaways for me personally for 2020. And I guess just some inspiration for what's possible for you for 2021. So, often at the start of the year, everyone's setting goals and they've got New Year's resolutions. And it's definitely a time that we kind of reflect. We reflect back on the past year. And if you haven't already, then definitely take some time. And a great thing to do is to sit down and actually take some time to reflect on that last year. Asking yourself some questions like, what did I really learn last year? How did I grow? What did I achieve? What were my biggest takeaways from the year? And then what do you want to create for this coming year? It's a really powerful time to just sort of reassess, realign, refocus. And so I just wanted to share, like I said, some of my biggest lessons from 2020, because there were a few and they were powerful ones. They were really, really powerful ones. So my first biggest lesson was just really deeply understanding that I was a powerful creator, right? Up until 2020, I'd been studying the law of attraction. I knew about the law of attraction, but I did not deeply understand that I was a powerful creator. In a year of a pandemic, a recession, lots and lots of panic and fear, I shut out the noise. I came within and I focused on what I wanted to create, and I created epic things in my personal life, in my business. I achieved so much in 2020, especially from a business standpoint, right? And I really deeply learned the lesson that I was a powerful creator. I learned how to manifest on demand, how to take my desires and turn them into things in a deliberate way. Because up until that point, I had created things for sure. We all do, right? We all are manifesting all day, every day. It's just simply our default state. But what happens is most of us do not do it on purpose. Most of us just do it on default. We look at what is, we respond to what's happening in our life. And so our creations are just a response to what's coming in around us, right? Whereas when you truly learn the power of your focus, the power of creating what you want, of focusing your energy to what you want to create, not what you've created in the past, not what's happening right now, but what you desire to happen, and you learn how to master that, you learn how to align your energy, it's the most powerful thing. I honestly think it is probably my life's greatest lesson, learning that you can deliberately create your own future is so, so powerful. And it's the core of all of my work, right? It's a core of all of my work, which I guess leads me to my second really, really powerful lesson, is that I really discovered what I love to do, right? I really discovered what lights me up, and I really feel like I'm sort of living my purpose, or, really living my mission. I really have always been so passionate about being able to create, women especially, being able to create time and financial freedom. That's been a huge, huge passion for me. And now being able to do that in a way where I help women that have, entrepreneurial women that are driven, that are ambitious, but really want to create their dream life, actually being able to help people line up with that and create what they want is just so exciting. I absolutely love it. I love talking about this stuff. I love, just teaching this stuff. I absolutely love it. And I love, helping women have shifts. I love seeing the profound changes when I help clients let go of something, let go of a limitation, let go of a block. And I literally get messages, within 24 hours going, oh my God, I just signed a client, or I did this, or I reached that goal, or I just love it. I really love being able to help other people with this. And so, I guess the biggest lesson there is to be able to do what you love, like follow what lights you up. I know I've talked about this before when I talked about purpose, but it's so important, right? Just follow what lights you up. The things that you're really interested in, the things that you could just, absorb yourself in, that you could just get lost in, that you just love, like do more of those things. That is your path. That is your path to fulfillment. That is your path to joy. Do more of what lights you up, because when you do, it just never feels like you're working, right? It's a joy. It's exciting. Like sometimes, I have trouble switching off on the weekends and, try to take time off over Christmas, because I'm always thinking about my business, because it's just what I'm obsessed with, right? It's just thinking about this, teaching this, doing all of this work is what I absolutely love, right? And so my next lesson is that quantum leaps are available to us all, right? Quantum leaps are available to us all when we normalize that next level, So what happens for most people, and certainly what happened to me in the past, is that, when you think about achieving something new, achieving new goals, I'd always approach it from a point of, well, I have to do A, B, C first to get to D. I didn't realize that I could go from A to D literally overnight, or, within a few weeks or a month or two, actually take those huge quantum leaps. I actually learned how to do that, right? And it's very, very simply, again, it all comes down to your beliefs. It comes down to your identity. It comes back to normalizing that next level. What's happening is when you really want to take a quantum leap, take a big jump. So the easiest way to talk about that is income, is when you want to jump to a new income bracket, often we have these stories, these thoughts, these beliefs that are about, like I said, A, B, C needs to happen before I can get to D. But when you actually learn how to align your energy with that end result, you are shown, you are guided, and it is so, so powerful. At the start of literally 12 months ago from recording this podcast, I was doing $500 months in my business, right? I think January was a $0 month. I think February, March was sort of $500 months. I was literally doing nothing, right? Nothing in my business. And, I was able to get to multiple 5-figure months. I certainly got to 15K months within 60 days and just kept growing. And so knowing that a quantum leap, it wasn't that I changed my strategies. I've talked about these things before. It wasn't that I changed my strategies. It wasn't that, I learned all new marketing techniques. It was that I learned how to align my energy. I normalized that next level. I decided that I was worthy. I decided that it was available to me. I decided that I could have it now, that I was capable now, that it could be for me now. And I showed up in the energy of course it's done. It is who I am. It is normal and natural to create that. And it's just so powerful. It's so powerful. Quantum leaps are available to us all. You know, when people talk about realistic expectations or realistic goals, honestly, screw realistic goals, screw realistic expectations. Dream big. Big leaps are available to you, right? Big leaps are available to you now. When you learn to normalize them, when you stop putting your goal or your desire on a pedestal, when you stop making it separate from you, when you start to embody that version of you that has it, because that person is you. It's already inside you. And so really, you know, deeply learning that it's available to us all and how powerful that it is was just such a, you know, huge insight for me in 2020. And I guess on a more personal note, you know, with everything that happened with COVID and with isolations and lockdowns, one of the big takeaways or big lessons was just that time with family and loved ones should never be taken for granted. You know, we had so much, I guess, freedoms sort of taken away from us, and just I really deeply learned how important it is to be surrounded by the ones you love and how important it is to spend quality time together. And I know for me with my little family, you know, I was so grateful that, you know, I had my own little family, that we enjoyed our little bubble together. You know, we couldn't go out for quite a few months. We couldn't go out as much. We couldn't sort of, you know, go out and do things, but we could do things like go to the park. So, you know, we really just had lots of amazing time, just going for walks. We've got a beautiful park near us, Centennial Park in Sydney. Going for walks, throwing the ball, throwing the frisbee, just really enjoying, you know, just the simple things in life, with ones that you loved. And we just had a lot of fun, and we played lots of, you know, card games with the girls, and spent a lot more time just connecting, right? Just connecting, not being distracted by so much, not having to rush around and do things, just really connecting. And, you know, for me, it was really, I guess, important too that, you know, that I spent time with the ones I loved. And I really felt for my mother, who was actually in Adelaide. And for those of you that aren't aware of, you know, what was happening in Australia, our borders were closed in between states. So my mum was in Adelaide by herself, you know, really isolated, because all the things that she lives by herself. Dad's passed away, and, you know, she was very isolated because all of her children are interstate. And normally she would spend every 6 to 8 weeks, she would come to Sydney or Melbourne to spend time with my sisters or myself. And she was really isolated by herself, and she really, really struggled. And so, you know, it just was such a powerful lesson, and something that I'm so grateful for, that I was able to have those around me that I loved, and really felt for my mum, who, you know, was so far away, and we couldn't be with her, right? We couldn't be with her. She was very, very isolated. And I guess that, you know, leads into my next thing, which is just a new level of gratitude. Like, I knew how important, obviously, a gratitude practice was, and I've been practicing sort of gratitude in a deliberate way for quite a long time, but I really had a new level of gratitude for our freedoms, you know, the freedoms that we all took for granted. Things like just even going out for dinners with friends, traveling. You know, I took so many things for granted, right? Even a health, right? I guess I took so many things like that, so many freedoms that I did have. I guess I took them for granted. And so I definitely have a new level of gratitude for the things that I'm able to do now. Things have opened up more now. You know, we're able to go to restaurants, we're able to do those things. I was able to go back to Adelaide and see my mum a couple of times. The borders are now shut again, though, as we're having another little outbreak here in Sydney. But I just have a new level of gratitude for those things, for those freedoms that, you know, I guess I took for granted. So just, you know, really just upping that gratitude level for what we do have. You know, it can be, if you spend a lot of time watching the news and, getting caught up in all of the drama, it's certainly very easy to be focusing on everything that's been taken away, the freedoms we don't have, things that are being shut down, all the doom and gloom. But if you step away from that, there's, everything has two sides, right? There's a whole nother side. And so this year has taught me, like I said, a new level of gratitude. And I really am truly grateful for everything I do have. I'm grateful that I also already worked from home. And so, and so did my partner. So our lives weren't disrupted that much. Our lives weren't disrupted that much. We were already set up to be working from home. We were able to manage our girls. Things were really good for us. And so definitely just a new level of gratitude. And the other thing that I really learnt in 2020 was the importance of learning to feel, learning to listen to my body and listen to how it's feeling, and the importance of rest. Because, if you listen to my last episode, it was all about masculine energy. And I've definitely come from a history of pushing and forcing and hard work and just keep going, and I can push through and I can do this, and if I've got a goal, I'll just make it happen, and just burning the candle at both ends and doing all of those things. And this was the year that I finally learned to slow down, that I learned to come within, that I learned to listen to how I was feeling. And so, if I was feeling tired for whatever reason, I would rest. Sometimes I'd have naps in the middle of the day. Occasionally I'd take a bath in the middle of the day. And those are absolutely not things that I would have done in the past. But learning the importance of resting and listening to how you're feeling and listening to the guidance that is being given. Because sometimes the more and more I tuned into my intuition, which is, again, a big part of my what my journey's been about, is not pushing and forcing, but listening to the guidance, listening to the intuition. It's always there when you slow down and listen for it. And so learning to slow down and listen to what I was being called to do. If I was tired, it was often go and lay down and have a nap, even if I had things that I wanted to get done. Because here's the thing that I really powerfully learned too, is that aligned action, right? Aligned action is so much more powerful, like infinitely more powerful than just action for action's sake. So no matter what I had on my to-do list, I let go of the notion that I had to get things done, that I had certain deadlines. I allowed myself to be guided to do what felt good, to do what I was guided to do. And that was always so much more powerful, and so much more fun, because to be honest, I never know what my days are going to look like. I never fully know what I'm going to be doing. Sometimes I've got ideas of what I want to, create for that day, for sure. But I really do allow myself and my work-life balance to just flow a lot more and trust the guidance. The courses, the programs that I've run this year, even with my one-on-one, everything has been intuitively guided. It's like what feels like the next right step, what feels, it's listening to that inspiration, listening to that intuition, what's coming through, what feels good. I definitely do not map out my year. I couldn't tell you what I'll be doing in 3 months' time or 6 months' time or 12 months' time. I've got things that I really want to do and things I'm excited about creating, but I'm allowing them to unfold. And so really learning to listen to how I feel and trust that has been such a big thing. I do far less. I spend far more time resting, far more time meditating, chilling out, just allowing myself to be, because from that busyness, from that place of that frantic energy, that always pushing on the go, it's very, very hard to listen to the guidance. It's very hard to listen to the intuition that will be guiding you, because there's always a constant, there's sort of always a constant push to be getting something done. You need to have space. You need to be open to receiving. And so I really learned to do that in the last year. So it's, so many lessons. But like I said, the biggest one for sure was just really deeply understanding that we are all powerful creators. like I said, in the year of a pandemic and a recession, I had my best year ever. I really loved 2020 for so many reasons. I grew so much. I found so much more fulfillment, so much more joy. It was such a great year for me. I know that, like I said, there are a lot of challenges happening out there, but we are deliberate creators, and what we focus on, we receive. So, as we go into 2021, I know we're already into 2021, but as you go through this year, what is it that you want to create? What is it that you want to create? Have you really sat down with yourself and have you decided what you're going to create? And not just what you want, right? Because you don't get what you want. Have you decided, right? What is that vision? Are you clear? Do you know where you're headed? And how aligned are you with that, right? How aligned are you with that? Are you listening to the guidance? Are you being intuitively pulled? Listen to all of that. So I just really wanted to come in and do a bit of a reflection for this first episode. And also just to say thank you for everyone that has been tuning in and listening. I love that this little podcast is growing and the audience is growing and I get some great feedback. And I'm really, really loving doing this and really loving creating and having an audience that loves to tune in and listen to my ramblings, and really looking forward to creating more and connecting with more of you too. If you're not in my Facebook group, head over to Soul Aligned Business Babes on Facebook. All the links will be in the show notes here. If I do free trainings, it's in that group. There's a lot of content I put in that group. My website, susanfrancis.com.au, if you want to look at what I'm up to, what else is on offer. All my programs are there, courses or one-on-one is there if you want any more information. Over on Instagram, it's I am Susan Francis. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I look forward to delivering more and talking to you all soon. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I hope you loved what you heard here and are excited for your expansion. If it resonated with you, then please screenshot this podcast and share it with your friends, and hashtag Soul Aligned Business Babes. And please rate and review so I can spread the word and keep bringing you more goodness. If you're not already following me on social media, come and join the party for extra inspiration and teachings. I do live trainings in my Facebook group, which you can join at facebook.com/groups/soulaligned.bb. You can follow me on Instagram at I am Susan Francis, or come to my website at susanfrancis.com.au and download your free manifestation meditation and check out what programs I'm currently offering. I'm so excited you joined me here today and can't wait to share the next episode with you. Until then, remember you are powerful beyond measure and your success is inevitable.